Good morning, people, and welcome to the 6 a.m. club, man. I hope you lot are blessed and I hope you had a good weekend. I definitely had a lovely weekend. It was quiet and it was simple, but it was lovely. It was my mum's birthday and it was my birthday as well. I do feel like, because people always say to me, oh, for your birthday, like, why don't you throw a party or why don't you do this? And in the past times when I have done those things, like thrown a party or done stuff that, I don't know, whatever, put on an event or whatever, I end up not enjoying myself. I feel like I'm facilitating for everybody else and not actually enjoying my birthday. So yeah, I just literally just had a quiet time. I watched football. I went and played football, and I done some filming in my studio, and that was it. Had a great weekend. I took my mum to watch Michael Jackson as well, which is epic. If you haven't seen Michael Jackson in West End, please go and see Michael Jackson in West End. I'm a Michael Jackson fan. Like, I love Michael Jackson. That's my guy. So to see someone emulate Michael and performing and doing songs, and they're doing it so good, but they're still not Michael, but they're so good. You're like, oh my God, like, Michael was incredible. And obviously I didn't even see Michael, but you know what I'm saying? So if you haven't seen Michael Jackson, please, I promise you it's worth the money. Take your missus or take your mister or your mum or your dad or whoever and go and see Michael Jackson. It's funny that when I was in there, his music has literally transcended generations. I'm in my 30s. There were people that was in their 20s. I saw like young, like 18s singing. Like, they're singing Michael Jackson, like, yeah, like hands up, they're dancing. So older people, it was incredible, man. So big up to whoever produced that show and done that show, because incredible. Which, speaking of shows, reminds me of like something else that I was that's really annoying. Something else that I was enjoying recently was that's a show, is Stranger Things, man. Stranger Things, I often find that like Stranger Things and other shows that I really enjoy, like Game of Thrones, or I enjoy Marvel, I enjoy Star Wars, I like The Mandalorian. I like things with imagination. I don't really like it like just standard, like I don't like hood shit too tough. I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh, that was sick. Like The Wire is incredible. But I don't like just boring, like BMF is awful to me. I think it's crap. You know what I'm saying? Power, I watched it until Ghost died and then I never watched it again after that. It's just, but things like The Last of Us, or like I said, The Mandalorian, shows where there's a bit of imagination to it, are incredible. Stranger Things is incredible. But the reason why I like those things is for two reasons. One is because as a teenager, I feel like my life was intense, and I think that anything that could allow me to escape the intensity of my life at the time, I would love it. Like, I loved Marvel. I liked things that imaginary, like good writing that used skill. So like, even when I done a song like Killing Spree, for example, to me that was a moment to I'm a rapper and I can rap, but this is a gift. You know what I mean? And when you listen to artists like Big L, who could tell a story, and it didn't have to be based off anything real, I could just tell you a story. Or Papoose used to do sick scheme songs. He used to do songs that like chess, where he's using chess as a metaphor, but he's doing personification. If you don't know what personification is, it's so annoying for me to explain. I know what they mean, but I'm not even going to get into that. But personification is kind of like you personify an object. So it's like, this table is Gary, and Gary is a square, and he goes to work. That's kind of like personification. A table is square, you use it for work, and you made it a person. But also, you know what I'm saying? You get it? Like, so anyway, he used a lot of personification, and that was a thing that I loved. There was something I just thought of as well, who was sick at that. Dot Rotten was sick. He had a tune called People You Know, and he personifies hatred and like jealousy and happiness, and he is sick. You know what I'm saying? So imaginary writing is a thing that really makes me happy. It encourages me to be better. It encourages me to write. And that's the reason why I love Stranger Things, because the writing's so incredible. You know what I mean? And I love things that are incredible because as a creative, sometimes I don't want to rap. I don't feel like I want to rap and speak truth. Sometimes I feel like I want to create a story or create a video or a film that is so far removed from my life. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, Stranger Things. I know I'm waffling on today for the 6 a.m. club, but do you know where it is? One, it was my birthday over the weekend, so I'm going to do what I want to do. Fuck you. And two, I think this is a good conversation. I think that people would enjoy this conversation too. So hopefully you would anyway. You get me? But yeah, man. So Stranger Things, Michael Jackson. But the main reason for the conversation for today, for the 6 a.m. club, if I do be honest, was based off a conversation I had with one of my friends. Yeah, big up to H, and he was saying that, you know, he's got this new thing that he's said, I'm pushing B, which is like, you know, I think Gunner and one of them man was talking about they're pushing P. I don't know what that meant at the time, but he's saying he's pushing B. And as he says he's pushing B, he means as in like he's getting busy. Anything that's like building, he's pushing that. That's what he's pushing. And it made me think, you know, I've kind of hit a point in my life where I'm like, you know what? I'm pushing B, as in all that matters to me right now is building brands, business, and improving my life, my physique and stuff like that. If you haven't been tuning in, you'll see I've been doing daily journals of my my weight loss journey. So if you haven't been looking at those, please take a look at them and just have a look in it. It's just something to look at, and I'm documenting them for myself, but also for the people if they want to see and they want to, because, you know, trying to lose weight is an up and down journey. And I feel like sometimes people just need something to watch or someone to look at and say, do you know what? He's going through it too. And we can go through it together, man. And what I am going to do soon with those journals is I'm going to start introducing different elements. But you'll see, I've got a plan. There is a method to the madness. But also I feel like if I died, there's a place where people can go and say, raw, there's my man. Like, oh shit, like that's how he felt on that day. Oh, that's how he felt on that day. Do you know what I mean? And see my character, and you can live forever. So big up to the Road to 10 Stone. Yeah, man. So that's it. But anyway, pushing B. So the place that I'm in now is like, I'm like, do you know what? I want to have a business. I want to have multiple businesses that are generating the streams of income that I desire. I have businesses and I have things that are paying me, but I want them to pay me more. I want them to be the top level. I want them to be the best of the best, the highest of the highest, something that I'm already proud of them, but I can be even more proud. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I'm at. Especially, I feel like when it gets to this time of the year and we're approaching the new year, people start having all these revolution and all these new kind of thoughts and feelings. But there's a thing about me that I think I'm learning, which is that it's easy to know all the good stuff. It's easy to know that if you pump weights a certain way, then you're gonna get muscles. If you eat a certain way, then you're gonna get muscles. But knowing all these things and never implementing them or doing them is a waste. And I think in religion, a lot of the time they say faith without works is dead or something. There's a saying, big up to Rach, because I know Rach would be able to correct me, or even Enoch. They'll be able to correct me, but there's a statement that they say that faith without works is something. So if you know what I'm talking about, just write it in the comments, yeah. But having knowledge without practicing it or putting it into practical, or making it, trying it, is a waste of your time. It's such a waste of your time. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So my thing now is I know so many things. I have so many things that fly through my mind. I'm making them real. The 6 a.m. club was a figment of imagination, and now I'm here day in, day out, speaking to you guys and speaking to people, and people are messaging me and building something that inshallah will be bigger than me and bigger than my life. Do you know what I'm saying? And you'll see as things progress how I plan to make it even bigger. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So I think that's the conversation for the 6 a.m. club today. I think overall the conversation that I want to push today is pushing B. Big up my brother H. But when I say pushing B, I just mean building brands, building business, building yourself, building life, building self-esteem, building confidence, building happiness. Do you know what I mean? Building progression. Let's build. Let's build. Like, this is a time for us, like, as black people in this country, this is a time where we actually have the opportunities to build. And as you can see, they're seeing it. They can see the power. They can see the greatness. That's why they're making more and more rules, more and more taxes, more and more ways to take our money every flipping year. So we have to, make it work. They don't want the poor getting rich. They don't want that to happen. And blessings be to God, because I've seen people talking about the reset, this cultural reset. And one day I will speak about the culture and the people of the culture, whether it's Posty or Rashid from Link Up or whoever, right? Big up to Mixtape Madness, they're my guys. And big up Joey Clipser, because that's definitely someone who I respect, and that's my guy. He's actually attempted to change my life on different occasions, so I've always got multiple time, unlimited time for Joey. But that's something that I would definitely dive into one day and speak about, right? But I think, what was I going to say? The reset, right? The overall, my mind's gone blank. The reset, the cultural reset is needed, but I can't remember. When I remember, I'll revisit that. But anyway, what I'm saying is the cultural reset. I know a lot of people are talking about it and having a cultural reset, but I think for us as a people and as a black people, there's been a reset in other ways, right? And there's a reset in the sense of we have access to everything that we didn't have access to before. When have black people been able to create content for themselves, by themselves, push it themselves, make money that's theirs, hold that money, not have to go to anywhere else? When? In what dimension, in what generation, in what century? It's never happened. And this is a time where we can actually finally own everything we make. We can own our culture. We can own our business. We can own our brands. We can own all the stuff we put in. We've never been able to put money, like a figure, on how much we're worth. Never been able to put an actual figure on how much we're worth, because we're culture, we're inspiration. Inspiration. How do you value inspiration? How do you put a number on it? It's you can't. You know what I'm saying? We can put numbers on gold. We can put numbers on computers and phones and technology and all these things. But inspiration, how do you put money on that? But the thing is, the black people as a culture, we inspire everything. We inspire everything, and we're not rich to the level of our inspiration. It's almost like black people are like Jamaica. Jamaica, big up my fellow Jamaicans, but black people are like Jamaica, and I'm going to finish in a minute, right? The reason why I say black people are like Jamaica is because Jamaica is one of the most inspirational countries in the world. In the world, it influences so many places, it influences so many things, so many arts, so many languages, so many conversations, so many cultures, clothes, dances, everything. This tiny island, but they don't. That Jamaica as a country is poor. They haven't been able to generate the wealth from these things. You know what I mean? Whereas there are people who have generated wealth from Jamaica, and they probably might not even be black, might not have even gone to Jamaica. Do you know what I mean? But that's another conversation for another day. That's been the 6 a.m. club, and it's been a bit of a personal one. I don't care, it's my birthday. So, well, it was my birthday, but when it's your birthday, it lasts for a week, innit? Or a month. So, yeah, man. So that's it. So big up the man them, big up the gal them. While going for the weirdos, I just can't understand them. 6 a.m. club to the world and back. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Big up.